guys, it's Lily, and today I wanted to do a review of another bound planner. So this is the Leuchtturm 1917 Vertical Academic 18-month diary. It's really cool. I've actually had it for a while, but it only starts in the beginning of September, so I thought this was a good time to do the review. So it's very much like the Moleskine, although it has a few important differences. It only comes in black, as far as I know. The Leuchtturm notebooks come in all kinds of different colors. And I think that maybe the horizontal week on two page 12-month diaries do as well. I know I saw some from last year in different colors, but this particular style, I think only comes in black. So the outside it's hardback. It's similar to the Moleskine, but I would say it's a kind of smoother finish if you're comparing it to the Moleskine hardbacks. It's got the elastic, and on the side, let's see if you can see this. No, it's probably too dark. It says 2016 here, and that's all it says on the spine. And then on the back it says Leuchtturm 1917, 1917, just in small letters there. So very similar in design to the Moleskine in that respect. So if we open it up, the first thing that you get is on the inside cover it says Leuchtturm 1917, and then it has a place for your name and address. Again, very similar to the Moleskine, except that the Moleskine also has a place to put a reward if it's lost. This is thicker, I'd say, in comparison to the Moleskine. I'm sorry, I'm comparing this a lot to the Moleskine just because I think this is the most similar type of bound planner that you get, so it's kind of a natural comparison to make. Yeah, so this is very thick, kind of cream colored, thick paper. Feels like, I don't know, I'm guessing something like 180 GSM or something, cardstock. And then you have another plain page here, which is the normal paper. So the Leuchtturm paper, compared to the Moleskine paper, it feels to me about the same thickness, and is also kind of an off-white color. A lot of people say that the paper quality is better. I'm not an expert in terms of things like fountain pens because I don't use fountain pens, but I did have the impression when I was using a Leuchtturm notebook that the paper quality was better, in that, like, kind of just with a friction pen, that it wrote more smoothly. So I think that is true. I mean, it seems to be the general consensus that everyone agrees that the paper quality is really good. So this starts off straight away with a year on one page calendar. And so it goes January, February, March, and it continues down to December. And it labels the weeks. So let me see if I can bring this close enough. I'm not sure if that will focus, but it's got the week numbers down the side here, which is a helpful feature. And then it has 2016 on this page and 2017, because this is an 18-month calendar. So it runs from the beginning of September 2015 to, I think it's March 2017. And then it has this feature which I really like, and I was complaining about in my Moleskine reviews that they've taken this out of the Moleskines. So this is an awesome feature. It's a vertical monthly calendar. So it starts in September 2015, and it divides each week with a thicker line. Let's see again if you can see that. So like that's where the 1 week is divided from the next. It shows the cycle of the moon. Basically it just lists the full moon, and then Sundays are bold. And this again it's got 1 month per column. You'll see by the way that it has a bookmark, and the bookmark is it's interesting because the whole planner is black, but the bookmark is black and gray stripes. And I think that this is characteristic of Leuchtturms because, well, at least some of them, I don't think that they all do this, but I have seen the gold and silver notebooks also do this. They have this like kind of striped bookmark. So yeah, you've got 1 month per column, and this goes from September 2015 through to February 2017. So I think this is a really nice feature. And the font in Leuchtturms is also really nice. So the first letter is capitalized and then it's lowercase. I'm just going into this amount of detail in case it's not clear enough to see it. And then it has the year in a kind of like gray font, a bit softer. Um, then it has a spread of international holidays. And can I just say again, like I don't want to Moleskine bash. I love Moleskines, but I think that for two planners that are really similar, I think that this one has the edge because it's got these features that the Moleskine doesn't have, like the vertical calendar that we just saw, and then also this. Moleskine has taken out all of the holiday information, and it's downloadable from their website, but it's not actually in the planner, so it has no holidays whatsoever. Whereas this has this chart of international holidays. So it's got the month here for 2015, and then it's got the country here. So I say I'm in the UK. So January 1st is a holiday, March 8th and 9th, April 13th. And then it's got this for like a whole long list of countries. So I think this is a really useful feature. And then it has the same thing for 2016 and for 2017. So you've got 3 years worth of international holidays. And then it's got another feature, which I think is really cool, a project plan. So, I mean, you could use this planner for anything. It doesn't have to be for, like for work or study, but I was actually planning to use this for a book project, and I thought that this would be great because it's kind of going to be a project that's going to go on for like a year and 3 months. So I thought it would be really useful, to kind of be able to chart plans of like when week. So it's got the week listed here, and then see if I can bring that closer so you can see it. So it's got the week here, and then it's got these little grids, and it's got the numbers of the weeks there, and this is like, and then here it has the month. So I think you can kind of use it how you want. Like, so you could circle the month and then write in what you want to do in that month, or you could circle the week and then you could like kind of label what you want to accomplish. Like, so it's a bit it kind of leaves space for you to use it how you want to, but it's got everything labeled. And it has 2 of these. So let's see, sorry. They're both the same. So it's got one running along here from September 15 to February 17, and then it has the same thing here. So I guess like you could use it for 2 different projects, or you could divide the project into 2 parts. So basically it's got the same timeline twice. I just think this is a really cool feature. I haven't seen this anywhere else. And you could use it for tracking all kinds of things, like, weekly things. You could like use it for exercise, or, like put in here what you've done and then tick how many times you've done it. Or like, charting anything else that you want to track, basically. So I think that this is a nice feature. And then it goes straight into the calendar. So again, if you've seen my Moleskine videos, you'll know that I'm constantly complaining about all of the front matter in the Moleskines. And I know that some people find that useful, like the international size charts and the flight durations and all of that stuff. But I think, personally, I prefer just to have this little bit of useful information, and then go straight into the diary pages. So I really like this. Oh, and by the way, another bookmark. So you actually get 2 bookmarks. One is the stripy one, and the other one is just plain black. So I think that the details on this are just fantastic. And this is like kind of what's won me over. Sort of like if I had to recommend one of these, either Moleskine or this one, I would recommend this one because it's just these little differences. It's very similar, but it just has these really nice touches. So it starts on the 31st of August today, and it's divided into hourly slots, which are ruled. So it starts at 7 a.m. and then it goes until 10 p.m. and you get 1 hour per line. So I think that this is, in terms of a spread, I think that this is pretty much about the best that you can get, except for the Hobonichi. 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. is really good. The Moleskine only goes until 8. So yeah, so I like that. One thing that is maybe kind of not quite as good, or can be a problem compared to the Moleskine vertical week on 2-page diary, is that this only gives you 1 line per hour, Whereas at least one of the Moleskine styles, a vertical diary, gives you 2 lines per hour. So this can be kind of a problem if you've got things happening on the half hour. I like it when it's broken down so that you get 2 lines per hour and you can write things on the half hour. But the lines are relatively big, certainly compared to the Hobonichi, which is what I'm used to now. Like this gives you quite a bit of space, so you could actually fit like 2 appointments in here. And I like the fact that it's kind of clearly ruled, but the printing on this is very delicate. It's like kind of a little bit gray, and it's quite understated. It's very nice. And then what you get is a like a sort of a box for notes, and this is unlined. So it says notes, and I think that this works quite well in conjunction with the way that they've spread out the hours, because like I mean, maybe it's not that common that you'd have 2 different appointments within an hour, so it might be okay having 1 line per hour, because then you've got the notes under here. So a lot of times, like what I had when I was using this type of planner, is like I would want to write extra information, and I'd end up having to put it in one of the hourly slots because the sort of hourly spread went from the top of the page to the bottom. So it's really nice having this dedicated note area. And it's vertical, so it's a Monday start, so you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then a shared Saturday and Sunday. And this is something that annoys me. Both Moleskine and Leuchtturm do this, and I know that this is like a kind of big dividing line in the planner community. I mean, not that people come to blows over this, as far as I know, but it's like, do you like having a shared weekend or do you not like it? And I don't like it. I think it's kind of bossy. It's like they're saying, well, you're not going to be doing anything on the weekend, so you don't need to write stuff, which is obviously not true for a lot of people. So yeah, that would be the one criticism that I have of this layout. But I mean, it's fine. It's okay. And a lot of people don't mind that at all. So you've got Saturday with a sort of smaller note block, and then Sunday with a smaller note block, and then you've got a bit of space here at the bottom of this column, the weekend column, which is blank, but which you could also write notes in. It doesn't say notes here, but you could still use this space. And then at the very bottom, it's got the month of September. Let's see if you can see that, and you see that the current week is highlighted in gray. So that's another nice feature. You can see at a glance. And then at the bottom, it says week 36. So it's a really, really nice layout. They've thought of everything. I think it has good attention to detail. And the other amazing thing that they do is they list holidays, international holidays. So you can see here at the bottom, it says GB, which is, it's a bank holiday today in the UK. So they've listed that at the bottom. It's very small and unobtrusive, but you can tell that it's a holiday. If you know that they provide this information, then you'll always be able to tell when it's a holiday. So they don't just leave it at this. They give you this so you can see at a glance what the holidays will be through the year, but they list all of the public holidays in here. So you've got their country codes, which I think do they give them here? Let's see. Yeah, they do. So like, for example, Tuesday, the 1st of September is a public holiday in SK, Slovakia. So it's like really comprehensive. And so this makes it great, like wherever you are in the world, you'll instantly be able to know if it's a holiday or not. And it continues like that. Until, let's go to the end of the year. And I like how at the top right of every page it lists the year. This is something else that the Moleskine doesn't do. You have to kind of like look. Well, it's a bit harder. I feel like. I'm sorry. It sounds like I'm being really anti-Moleskine in this, and I like Moleskine, but I just like this one a little bit better. So it's always really easy to see what the month is and the year. Okay, so we get to the end of the year and it just goes seamlessly into the next year. So you've got your weekly layout, and this is Monday the 28th, Tuesday the 29th, Wednesday the 30th, Thursday the 31st, and then Friday the 1st of January. And up here at the top it says December/January 15/16. So again, you know, like kind of where you stand. And then it continues until the end. This is December 2016. And by the way, it does this on all of the month changes. So if you see here, this is the end of January 2017. So it says January/February 2017. And it gives you the week spread, and there's no kind of indication in the week that you've changed over, but you can see at the top that it's got both of the months. And then it gives you at the bottom, it gives you the monthly calendar for whichever month has more of the week. So in this case, February starts on Wednesday the 1st. So you've only got 2 days of January here, but you've got 5 days of February. And so the calendar that you get at the bottom, the monthly calendar, will be February. And it continues until the end of February, beginning of March 2017. So it's really a lot. Like, you really get your money's worth. I think this costs, in the UK, this cost about £15. I bought this at Ryman, so that's another thing. It's very easy to get a hold of. I know in the US, I've heard that it can be more difficult to find these, but they also have them on the Amazon UK website, so you can always get them there. And it's like pretty good value for money, I think. So yeah, this goes until Sunday the 5th of March, because that's the end of the week. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blank sheets for notes. So you get a reasonable amount of notes. It might be annoying for some people that these are blank, they're not ruled, but they have a solution for that. With this, I've got rid of it because I knew that I wasn't going to use it, but they give you a sheet of paper, and on one side it has lines, and on the other side it has grids, and you can put that under the blank sheet and write with it. So you're not just kind of like left, if you're like me and you don't like writing on completely blank paper, if you like to have like lines or preferably grids, that is a way to do it without actually sort of putting anything on the paper, because I know there's some people who prefer blank note paper. So it's kind of a compromise that I think is really nice. And then you've got the final piece of cardstock, and it says Leuchtturm 1917, and it's got like kind of the details of the company here. And then it says Leuchtturm 1917 again here. And then you have the back pocket, same as the Moleskine. And a nice feature that they include here, let's see if I can get it out, is they give you a sheet of labels. So you get 2 like kind of square labels with lines, with 3 lines, and then you get 1 blank label. And then you have 3 strips. And these are designed to go along the spine so that when you're finished with it and you want to archive it, you can write on like kind of if it's a notebook, you could write on, the topic or whatever. And if it's a planner, it's already got the year 2016 on the side. So I'm not sure if you'd need this for a planner, but it can be kind of hard to see it because it's kind of embossed in the binding. So you could write on like 2015 to 2017 or something. Or if you were using this for a particular purpose, like I was thinking of using it for a book project, but then the spirit of One Book July came over me and I decided to consolidate and use my Hobonichi because that's my work planner. So now I'm giving this to a friend who's going to try this instead of Moleskine, because I was going on and on about how amazing it is. Anyway, but if you were using this for a specific purpose, this planner, then you could label it. And then these are supposed to go, I think, on the inside cover or wherever else you want them to go. So that's another nice touch. And then on the back, we just have the back of the elastic. And as I mentioned, it has the logo. So that's it. I really, really highly recommend this. I think it's an excellent quality planner for a really good price. And it's very, very well thought out, well designed. I feel like all of the information that's there is useful and there isn't any extraneous information in it. I would like to be using it myself, but sadly, I think that I've got a system that's working quite well and I can't think of anything sensible to use it for. So I'm going to see how my friend gets on with it as her main planner instead. So I hope that you found this useful, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.